Okay, so today we're going to be doing top to bottom analysis. We're going to be doing top to bottom analysis on EURUSD. And as usual, we'll start by marking out our market zones. You can see that price has rejected off of this level twice. This level actually fits a little bit more for a trend line, but then again, if you consider okay, so this is where our zone is. As you can see, price came down here, rejected off of it, broke through, retested it, and retested it. Similarly, we can draw a trend line across this point here. Oh wow, it's a perfect fit. It's actually a perfect fit. This will be our monthly trend line. This is our monthly zone. Another trend line can be drawn from here, but I'm wondering about its validity. From here, invalid. From here, it's been broken through. If you even draw it from here, you can see that price has perfectly bounced off of it. So next we have this point. This is our zone. That's our monthly zone. And then we can also draw another trend line here. This will be our second. This will be our second monthly trend line. This will be our second monthly trend line. There's a bit of a zone here, but price has violated this region too many times. Sure. Now go down to the weekly time frame. Now we do the same thing. We identify our zones and trend lines. There's a zone here. This is our weekly zone. There's another zone around here. It's a weekly zone. The zones are so close to each other, but when you go down to the daily or 4-hour time frame, it suddenly becomes so much further spread apart. Wow. We have another zone here. You can see that price went down, tested it here, did this, did all this, and then when price came back to this level again, price rejected off of it, went above it, tested it from the bottom, and has even tested it from the bottom again for a second time. So that's our valid, that's a valid zone. Another weekly zone. Let's see. I can draw a trend line here, but the trend line is no longer valid. So let's go down to the daily time frame. of a zone here. Or not there's a bit of a zone, there's a zone here. Somewhere more like here. See daily zone. Because as you can see, price bounced off of it twice. And although price crossed through it this first time, price still gave it some respect and even tested it twice. And price has rejected off of it twice again on this. So this zone is still very valid. You can see. So this zone is still very valid. This point is our overall. That's our highest high. Sorry, what do I usually call it? All-time high here. But let me check on the weekly and monthly time frame just to make sure that this is really our. Okay, so this is not our all-time high, but it's still our most recent. What's this thing doing here? Okay, so it's not our all-time high, but it's the most recent highest high. Okay, so this will be our trend origin. And the structure is not very difficult to see. Impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive move here. Okay. If you look carefully, you can see that the two levels actually perfectly coincide. So that means that price has not broken through. You know, usually for us to have a bear market structure, it's higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. But then what happens here is that price turns away. So even though price has gone lower than this point, let me mark it out just to make it. So even though price has gone lower than this blue box here, because this point did not actually break higher than this point, it's not yet a change of structure. If it had gone as high as this, then this break would have been a change of structure. We'll be expecting a downward trend, but that's not what happened. That means that the lowest low is actually, that means that the lowest low is actually this point, but still it has yet to be confirmed. So on the daily time frame, this is an impulsive correction, impulsive. Price is currently in a correctional phase, and when price is in a correctional phase, we simply look for. When price is in a correctional phase, we simply look for. We go back in time to check the history and see if there are any patterns that price has a tendency to print out before switching from a correctional phase to an impulsive phase. So let's delete this. Let's mark these out just because. So it's good to have them marked out on your charts. Okay, so going down to the 4-hour time frame. So what is something that we notice that appears each time? What's something I've noticed that appears each time price goes up? You can see a bit of a W, not even a bit, you can see a very clear W pattern right there. You switch to the line chart, it's very obvious. Switch back to the candlestick, you can see the W pattern. So the W pattern here. This looks more like a reverse head and shoulders pattern. But inside of this reverse head and shoulders pattern, you can actually see a W pattern. It's not as large, but it's a W pattern. And one thing that gives me a lot of confidence when taking trades when I see patterns within patterns. Anyways, coming here, you can see another W pattern. Price went this low and came back like this. Although this is based on candlestick week, but still price came this low before coming back up. And if you switch to the line charts, most probably if we switch to the 1 hour time frame, we'll also see a W here. Funny how there's actually a W pattern here, which would have given you quite the confidence that price is going bullish. But this W pattern didn't really pan out. And right now we see that price looks like it might be about to give us another W pattern, because if price comes up all the way back up to here, then it will be a W pattern. So if we spot a W pattern, then we'll enter about here. Our stop loss should be somewhere around here, and then our target will be at least here. The reason why usually this is actually this daily zone, which should give me some level of apprehension. But the thing is that if price moves up here, then this entire thing will be a daily W pattern, which will have more weight than a H4W pattern. Okay, so let's switch to the 1 hour time frame and see if we can notice any change in structure that will allow us to enter this trade a little bit heavy because our risk is too high. So look at this impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional. Price doesn't actually break this level. Price does not actually close below this level. So it's actually an impulsive all the way down to here in the correction. So this is our previous confirmed high. Let's change the color so that we don't start getting, so we don't mix it up. So then this is our H1 previous lower high. And the relevance of marking this out is that once there's a break, okay, so let's delete this. So yeah, you can see that for price to even come all the way up here to break this level, price actually has to rise at least as high as here. Truth be told, if price comes up to this level where my cursor is at, if price moves up here, I would actually be able to actually enter this trade with fairly high confidence. But we need to wait for price to break for here, and then so yeah, that's basically it.